Hello. In this video, I wanted to discuss interior design mistakes you might be making in your home. Okay, so the first one I've got for you is one that I've been guilty of in the past. I'm sure we all have, because of our favourite shop in the world. Well, it might be yours, might not be. IKEA furniture. Of course, IKEA have some amazing pieces. My home is filled with IKEA. However, you can fall into a slippery slope when it comes to IKEA furniture. So often enough, what we've always known is to try and match our items. So if you were buying a Kallax bookcase, you'd buy a Kallax bedside table. Don't know if they exist, but you know what I'm saying. So I think that is one mistake that quite a lot of us do. It's very easy to make. We think we're doing the right thing. We're buying all of the same, having matchy. But this is very, very naughties, I would say. You know, it's something that we used to do in the new millennium, and it's kind of like a crime to interior design these days. But I am definitely not saying don't go to IKEA, because IKEA have some amazing pieces. All I'm saying is maybe try and stay away from matching sets. The Malm drawers, I've got Malm drawers all over this house. So I don't intend to get rid of any of them, because I really want to make sure I am reusing what I've got instead of just chucking it into the skip and getting rid of it and, you know, causing even more issues. I want to repurpose things and give them a new lease of life, and you can definitely do that too. It is possible to paint IKEA laminated furniture. I've mentioned Zinsabin in another of my videos, and this primer is insane. Basically, I think it's acrylic, and it basically makes all your paint adhere to surfaces so well. The next point I've got is something that I was so guilty of in my last home. I honestly didn't understand why I just didn't feel nice when I did this, and that is having wall art that is way too small for your space in your home. I've been guilty of this because when I've gone to buy wall art, I'm like, hang on a minute, I don't want to pay 50 odd quid for this artwork, so I'm gonna buy the £4 one, for example. And then I put it on the wall and I've been severely underwhelmed with what I've just done. I never really tweaked that it was the fact that the artwork was far too small for my wall. Wall art that is too small, that doesn't mean that you need to go out and spend hundreds of pounds on any wall art. Something that I would advise doing, if you want to give it a go, that is. If you're watching this video, you probably do like things like DIY and interior design. So you can go to HomeSense and buy a massive canvas, and you can just go in your shed or your cupboard and grab any paint that you've got there, or any filler, polyfiller, and create something of your own. And then have a piece of art that will fill your space for an affordable price. If you can afford it, then please look at your wall size and think, is this print far too small? You also can get some big art with frames that are fairly reasonable in price. Have a look at Desenio or IKEA or B&M's, HomeSense, or yeah, the DIY option that I mentioned earlier. And did I just say B&M's? Okay, and the third mistake you might be making is your furniture layout. So conventionally, we all like to push our furniture right to the sides of the wall and give it this big open space in the middle. And I also thought this was the right way to do things. I thought, you know, if I push all the furniture to the side, I've got this big open space, you know, if I have people around, we can just get drunk and dance in the middle. And I'm not sure that that is the best interior design move. It might be a good house party move, but in terms of interior design, why don't you really have a look at the furniture layouts in your home? You know, are your beds pushed up against the wall? Could they be brought out? Is your sofa pushed up against the wall? Could it be placed in the middle of the room to add a bit of character, use it as a new walkway? Have a look at the furniture placements in your home. Is your dining table rammed up against the wall? Could it be brought out a touch? Even though you feel like you might be losing space, you are creating that, interior design element in your home by bringing furniture out from the walls and creating, and literally it doesn't cost a penny to rearrange your furniture and think about the ways you are laying your furniture around your home. So in our house at the moment, we brought this L-shaped sofa from our old house, and it really doesn't work, but we've tried our best to make it work by literally placing it right in the middle of the room so that you can walk all the way around, the dog can run all the way around it. He loves playing games, don't you, Hughes? And yeah, that is just something that we managed to do to make the space look just a slightly... Hughie! Hello! Hello, my darling. I think one interior design mistake you making is not having a cute little puppy around. I'm joking, honestly. If you want a really nice house, don't get a dog. Innit, Hugh? You pee-peeing everywhere. And you pee-peeing everywhere. Say hello. Hello, YouTube watchers. Anyway, back to the video. You go stay over there now, you naughty puppy. So yeah, really have a look at your furniture layout, placements. Again, this is a super cheap way to update your space. My fourth one kind of mixes in with the furniture placement because you could be using your rug all wrong, and then you also could be not using your furniture correctly. So one big mistake that I'm literally staring at right in the face now, and it's a problem. I need to sort this out. Is your rug too small? This is the same issue I had with the prints on my walls being too small, and I couldn't quite understand why. And it's just because your rug might be too small for your space. And it might be that you're trying to be budget friendly, but I think it is really worth investing in a large rug that goes underneath your sofa, underneath your coffee table, and like spans the full width. And this will really create spaces in your home. And this is really important with furniture placement as well. Can you bring the furniture out and then place it on a big rug, and then that makes a section of your home? My fifth point is quite a simple point really. And I know this sometimes is really difficult to do, especially when you've got so many things. Hiding your wires. Do you have cables everywhere hanging down? You know, we're all working from home now. Do you have like 2 screens, a charger, your phone charger, your camera charger, everything just all dangling down? Do you have your TV wires, Xbox, whatever, hanging down? Because we do as well. Have a look at your wires and see if you can tidy them up with some cable tidiers, or if you can get them inside the wall, or even just getting some casing to go over them. This can really help make your space look a little bit more organised. Number 6, are your light shades doing you a disjustice? Because I feel like at the moment I'm staring at my light shade and it's non-existent. But then I've got a nice light shade in my bedroom, which I absolutely love. I know a lot of people don't really think about their light shades for a long time, and they might update everything going on down below, but they don't remember to replace their light shades. So sometimes you can get like a really big statement piece. IKEA have got some lovely pendants at the moment, and I really do believe that this can elevate the eye when you walk into a room, and you can absolutely love just looking up and seeing your stunning pendant or light shade. Have a look at your light shades. Really think when was the last time you replaced them, when was the last time you dusted them, and maybe think about giving them an upcycle, giving them a spray paint, wrapping them in some new material. And my number 7 is literally just clutter in general. Do you have a lot of clutter in the house? And like that's fine if you do, like some people like to collect a lot of things, but is there anything you could do to hide the clutter? Could you put doors on your bookcase instead of having it open with all the clutter on show? Could you get some storage boxes and put things in storage boxes and pile them on top of each other up in the loft? Is there anything you can do to hide the clutter? Like if you've got children, you've probably got kids' shoes and coats everywhere. Is there a big box that you can buy to put all your children's shoes in when they come through the door, just to get rid of all the clutter? I don't know if you've got a dog, but I do, and no matter where we put our shoes, he seems to find them and bite them and just end up all over the house. But it definitely does help when you've got the right storage solution for your clutter, because if you don't, you just find everything's on show, everything looks a bit wild. It's really hard to be organised when you don't have the proper structure and systems in place to be organised. So maybe have a look at your organisation systems, your coat hangers, could they be inside cupboards instead of just on a coat hanger to hide the clutter? Little tiny things like that. Have you got a lot of clutter on your kitchen countertop that could just go in the cupboard? Is there anything you can do that can help you be more organised? Because I know sometimes it's so overwhelming. You see all these people on TikTok like being the most organised people in the world and you're like, how? Okay, and then the last point I have, point number 8, is do you have enough furniture in your rooms? So more often than not, if we're renting or if we're young homeowners, we actually don't have enough furniture in our rooms to even start thinking about interior design. So I think like sometimes there might be a big empty space and you might quite like that big empty space, but maybe if you just placed a chair in it or a stool or a basket, you might feel a bit more joy just looking at that empty corner every day. I know I'm a bit like that because I want to be a minimalist, and you've really got to balance it out. Like, what is minimalism, or is this just complete emptiness? So I'm trying to find the balance between them both. But yeah, you want to make sure that you've got enough furniture in a room to actually be able to work with it, to be able to make a space feel more designed and thought about. If you like any of these tips, then let me know in the comments if you're going to implement any, or some are you and you're going to try and change them, or you absolutely love your clutter and that's you, then you do you. Yeah, and thank you ever so much for watching up until now. I know I can blab on a bit, but I hope you enjoyed seeing the dog, and thank you ever so much, and I'll see you in the next video.